Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what's up? Let me get him in here. There she is, coming to save the world. Silva here with the one and only CLB.
Yo, thanks for having me.
We are live from Dash Radio. Oh, that's all good. It's okay.
Good.
You know, things happen here. It's live. Live
Oh,
things
yeah.
happen. It's all good. You got this.
Okay.
He's just making sure that it worked, y'all.
Absolutely.
Yes, y'all. You know, I was telling Danny here, shout out to Danny Trejo, Orange Ray. I was really super excited to meet you because I've been such a big fan of your music.
I've been a huge fan of your radio show. So
Well, thank you
it worked
so
out.
much. Thank you so much. Honestly, you're from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your first time in California as CLB, right?
Yes, it is.
Tell me, you came out here for the Reset show.
I did.
What was that like?
It was really cool. It's the Lash is cool. It's real tiny, but I like those intimate club shows. You know, everyone knows each other. Everyone's giving each other high fives, and everyone just loves the music. So it was really cool. Like first time in LA, got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to hang out with like some of my idols. It was real cool, and eat a lot of good tacos. So.
Oh, yeah, I just had tacos today, so
Yeah,
shout
so
out.
did I.
Awesome. So I want to know more before I ask you questions about your background and where you're from. Where does your sound come from? Because it's so unique, and I haven't really heard it before, but if I had to compare it to anything, it would be like Night Bass meets Disclosure. It's like very heavy, but at the same time you have these really beautiful chords and
Right,
awesome
yeah.
vocals and dope samples. And where does that come from?
I don't. So a lot of my sounds now, definitely like UK influence. Just you know, like Chris Lorenzo, Stanton Warriors kind of stuff. And then like you said, Disclosure, all those like airy kind of cool chords. I like kind of making tracks that kind of have both those elements. You know, give the crowd a little bit of a vibey feel, but then hit them with the bass on the drops and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And are you all self-taught?
yes, YouTube taught. So
Wow. So you didn't go to a fancy recording school or
no, I kind of have no
production
idea what
school?
I'm doing, but it's working out. So
How long have you been producing?
about 3.5 years, 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm pretty new. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I make an effort to like learn something new every day, and that's helped. So yeah.
Growing up, who did you listen to as far as like electronic music?
Electronic music. So I started listening to drum and bass like all the time, like 2009. Pretty much like when that like YouTube channel, I don't know, it was like UKF. They had like their drum and bass and their dubstep channel, and so I would listen to that every single day. Mostly like liquid drum and bass, and that kind of evolved into like dubstep, and then trap happened, and then after that I was kind of sick of just like the whole bangers all the time in your face 808s. I still love that stuff, but I was kind of getting old, and then I discovered like Chris Lorenzo, Disclosure, all those people, and I just fell in love with it. Something like that you can kind of groove to. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
it's so groovy.
It was like such a breath of fresh air, you know? So I just kind of took with that.
That's how I would describe your music, as a breath of fresh air. I'm a DJ myself, and I've played your tracks out probably twice or 3 times, and I always get such a good response. Like people, that's like how you describe it. People start grooving
Yeah,
to it,
exactly.
and that's what's really awesome. Do you play, like, do you come from a musical background? Do you play other instruments?
I was in a band when I was in like 8th grade, played the bass guitar, and like, my family's not very musical and stuff like that, but I've always been super interested in it. You know, there's so many like VHS tapes of me when I was a kid, just like dancing like Pearl Jam or whatever my dad had on. So I've always loved music. Like even in high school, I was like the kid that would make personalized mixtapes for everybody, sell them for $1, and everyone just kind of knew me as the music guy. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
That's super cool. I like meeting people, especially younger people, that still value a mixtape, making CDs for people.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
still do that now,
Yeah.
if you can find something that can make a CD
Absolutely,
on,
yeah.
unfortunately. But it's like someone writing you a letter,
It is, yeah.
like a
exactly.
handwritten letter. It's like someone took the time to make a mixtape for you,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah, I just love that personal aspect of it too. And you can kind of like put like your taste on it, but also things that they might like too is cool. And when you find that middle ground, it's like super cool.
Yeah. Did you draw on them too?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's like the best part of it.
Yeah.
Of a mixtape is
The
drawing on it.
Sharpie.
So if you could, well, before I ask you this, how did you get connected with Orange Ray?
Pretty sure, did you hit me up, Danny? I think it was him a while back. And I don't know, ever since then, I'm just, the internet, Twitter, stuff like that, just, especially Instagram too. And it worked out really well. I've been talking to him for probably about a year and stuff like that, and all the guys over there. And it was super cool. Like, my favorite part of the last show was literally just putting Twitter profile pictures to, like, actual faces. Super cool. Everyone was super generous and super nice, so it was cool.
So you went from URL to IRL.
Yes.
within a
That's like
matter of
pretty
time.
much the whole entire weekend is it, so.
Awesome. So if you could have a dream collaboration, who would it be with?
That is a loaded question. I want to say Chris Lorenzo, definitely. If you asked me 6 months ago, I would have said Stanton Warriors, but I do have a collab with them now, so I could check that off the box.
Really?
I do. It was just an idea we came up with. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. It's still kind of rough right now, but it was super cool working with them and I was kind of like starstruck, It's like
Yeah.
Stanton Warriors.
Trying not to fan out.
Yeah,
inside.
I absolutely fanned out, but.
No, but I did, seriously.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'd say Chris Lorenzo, Taki Newlight, definitely. A lot of like I just need to go to London and just lock myself in the studio and just have people walking because all my favorite producers are like from out there. So
Yeah. So you're from Chicago. What is it like for you living out there? Because you're in the birthplace of house music.
yeah,
What
and
is it like
that's
for you?
another thing that kind of like inspired a lot of my sounds. Like just I don't know if you're familiar. It's this place called Smart Bar, like one of the most underground house techno clubs, and they're just always playing that like happy ravey kind of house stuff, and that just immediately sunk in with me, and I love it. And now I try to put that into my sound, kind of reference my background, where I grew up, and kind of like my roots. So
Do you go out a lot often, or do you kind of just stay at home and just work on tracks?
it depends on the week. I just graduated college, so like of course I did that for a while, but now it's kind of relaxing a little bit, and I enjoy just staying in, watching Netflix or working on music with a glass of wine. So
Oh, wow, look at you. Just chilling. Where did you graduate from school?
DePaul University.
What'd you major in?
I was communications, and then I got a minor in graphic design.
Nice.
hmm
So, what are you planning on for the rest of the summer?
That's a good question. So I'm in this like weird limbo with a new management deal right now. So I can't really do any new bookings or release any new music for a while, which is kind of unfortunate. But hopefully, if this deal works out, it'll be really good for me. And I can't really like talk about it, but
That's fine.
hopefully it'll pan out and it'll be super cool for me. So I guess the rest of the summer is working on tracks, hanging out. I don't know.
How long are you in LA for?
I fly at 7 tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long night.
Do you ever plan on moving to LA? Is that something you want to do, or you want to like stick to your roots and just stay where it all started?
That's a good question. I was like, I wanted to be Chicago Central, but after coming for the weekend, I can see why everyone wants to move out here. So it's really cool. I don't know, maybe one day.
One day.
Yeah.
What are there any releases or collaborations that are up and coming that you can speak of that you want to share with us?
Yeah, so I got one record coming out on Tons and Tons Strangers label. I did a VIP to my track Sometimes, the break record. Kind of flipped it to house, like warehousey kind of rave record on that one. I got like this, it's kind of like a slow burner, deep kind of bassline track coming out on Dallas's Broken label. And then what else do I have? Oh yeah, so I have one more track called Bad Man coming out on 3000 Bass, I think in the next month or so. And after that, I gotta be a little bit quiet, but I got those three on the.
So you graduated college, you're putting out all this music, you're traveling. I'm getting the vibe from you, which I really like, and it's also very refreshing. You're very fearless and confident, because most people would be like, I have writer's block and I haven't, they get like stuck in their head so much,
Right.
and I feel like you're not like that at all, and that's why people are successful. How is it like that? Do you meditate? Do you work out? Or that's just always been your personality as a kid? Maybe because you haven't been in LA that long.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
Well,
it
I mean,
is.
it's funny, like even the last month I've had the worst writer's block, and like my entire mindset is like, you just keep doing it. Like you're gonna get stuck a bunch, and it's not fun when you're sitting in a studio for 2 weeks and nothing's happening. You're coming up with no ideas, but like when you do come up with that idea, it totally
hit
makes
writer's block. Do you ever kind of step away from your project? And I don't know, some people go outside, or you like to listen to music that's not electronic. What do you do for you? What's your process?
I'm a big walk guy. Going on walks is the best. I don't know if I'm listening to music that's to kind of like refresh my brain. I like listening to hip hop a lot because it I don't know. I've always loved it, and it'll give me a lot of ideas. And also, I listen to a lot of like movie soundtracks, but like
Same.
orchestral ones, and it takes you out of the mindset that you had when you're producing a track. So it kind of like cleanses your palate, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So that when you go back in, you're like, okay, I can cut. You're not stuck where you were when you walked out. So.
Word. Well, I think that's going to conclude our interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
CLB, no, honestly, I'm so stoked that I finally get to meet you because I've been listening to your music for a while, and I was so, shout out Danny again, always bringing in the gold. Got the Midas touch.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend. We need to interview Danny one day.
I know, seriously.
No, one day we're going to do that. I want to pick his brain on the
Seriously.
air. Honestly. Thank you so much. And all of our viewers and listeners, if you're listening now, we're going to get back in the mix with CLB. Bye, guys.
See ya.